days you've traded Foligno, Savard, Jones, and Atkinson. Those are four players that for quite a span of time were the foundation of this franchise. I understand all of them. I think we anticipated many of them. But how unsettling is it, or how exciting is it to really turn over a dressing room from the leadership perspective?
It's tough to say goodbye to players like that. They've been an integral part of our success, but we're trying to build a Stanley Cup winner here, and we haven't been able to do that. So sometimes you have to make hard changes, even in your core, and keep building. And those guys are all great individuals, not like Cam Atkinson, not just on the ice but off the ice as well. And it's those decisions are hard. Even on a personal level, I like those guys a lot. And again, it's not just as players, but they're good people, and they have great families, and it's a tough part of the business. There's no question about it. But sometimes you have to make those tough decisions.
Thank you.
If you have a question for Jarmo, please raise your hand. Porty, you have another?
Yeah, I can keep going. You mentioned Voracek's playmaking. How much did you feel like you needed to infuse a passing ability, playmaking into the lineup? And were you thinking at any point specifically about Patrick Laine and bringing life to his game, bringing someone that can help bring him along a bit more?
Well, we've talked about our power play struggles here for a long time, and I think one of the key ingredients in a good power play is a guy who can find the seam and make that pass through the seam, not just pass it around the penalty killing foursome there. So Jacob Voracek's one of the best at it, and I've really liked the player ever since the draft was here in 2007. I think we had 9th pick overall with St. Louis, and we were trying to move up to get Jake Voracek and couldn't because Columbus picked him. And I told Jake that I've tried to get you since 2007, and 14 years later we got you. So he's a good player. He's had a great career, and he's got a lot of points in this league, and he's hungry to play many more years. And you can see his love for the game every year. If he has been knocked out of the playoffs, he's always going overseas to play for Czech Republic. With a career like his, he could easily just go and have a cold beverage somewhere on the white beach. But he wants to keep playing hockey, and he's competitive, and he wants to win. So, it's a great addition.
Jarmo, what is your outlook with your goaltenders now? For so long, it was spoken that you would likely move one of the UFAs. There's been a tragedy at that position for sure. Does that change? Has anything you've learned the last couple of weeks changed your outlook on how you might handle that position?
Yeah, obviously it changes everything in our depth chart. So we're going to have to reassess that. We have two really good goaltenders still under contract for one more year. Unfortunately, they both can become unrestricted free agents at the end of next year, but it's also a luxury to have two goaltenders that can play any given night and fill that role with the number one capabilities. So we'll see what the future brings. We love both Elvis and Corpy, and they've been great for us, and we'll make some decisions as we go here.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, just wanted to ask from the draft perspective, obviously adding 6 more guys today to the 3 that you picked on Friday, just, to add more depth to the pipeline, just how important is that going forward as you look at the next couple of years, and how much maybe any guy, I hate to ask about all 6, but maybe, who kind of stands out from your mind today that you were able to pick?
Oh, there's a good group of players here, and we had a couple of thin years here where we didn't have a lot of picks because we went for it 2 years ago and spent some picks doing it and added to our lineup, try to compete for the Stanley Cup. Now we went the other way at the deadline and regained some assets that we could use to restock the cupboards for on the prospect side, and I think our depth chart's full now. We have a great group of young talent there with Ken Johnson and Cole Sillinger, and Corson Coolemans in the first round. Those guys were all great additions. We were so excited to have all of them added yesterday. We got some skill, we got some grit, we got some character, we have some puck moving ability for the back end, a right-handed shot. Defenseman in Corson Coolemans, and added another good defenseman in Svozil today. He's already played on the men's level very successfully in Czech Republic and was a key part of the under-18 team in Dallas. We got Richard and Makarov, both good defensemen. Makarov, a defensive defenseman, and Richard going to Providence College, and physically maybe a little bit raw, but lots of potential there. And perfect place for him to keep developing, getting stronger at Providence College. And these guys, obviously, Stefan and Ville know them a lot better than I do, but some grit and energy with Malatesta, and we got a tough and rugged player in Ben Boyd, and with great size and skating ability, and Risavi in the 7th round, same thing, 6'3", 210 pounds, and has played on the pro level already in Czech Republic as a 17-year-old and played in the World Under-18. So we got a lot of different ingredients. We got some depth to our defense. We got some toughness. We got some energy. We got some grit, and most of all, we got some character. But we also added some high-end skill.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Hedge.
Hey, Jarmo, just going back to your goalies really quick. I mean, do you get the sense that those guys might not want to, be a tandem again? They started off pretty well last year, obviously, but it seems like both of them want a shot to be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal for any really good goaltender. They want to get as much ice time as possible. There's nothing wrong with that kind of competition, and like I said, they're both under a contract for another year. So if we decide we can keep them the rest of the year, we can extend one. We can try to extend both of them. But those decisions we'll have to make as we go here. But as of right now, we got two really good NHL goaltenders, and we got Daniil Tarasov growing in our system, just got his feet wet in the American League level, and we think he's a great one. He's going to need some time to adjust to North American game and get stronger, and he's still young, but we believe he has unbelievable talent and great potential to be a #1 goalie in the NHL one day. So we still think our goaltending depth chart's in good shape. We'll see how this moves forward here, and we'll make those decisions when we have to.
Kind of going back also to what Porty was asking earlier about we're just removing so many leaders in that locker room. You're going to have a lot of young guys, all that kind of thing, and you've talked before about wanting to the standard that was set here and by Tortorella and that coaching staff. Is there any fear that gets lost at all, or
that's not going to be lost? We got a coach, very demanding, good coach in Brad Larson, who's going to have the same standard and then some, and he's going to add his own ingredients into it. We still have a lot of leadership in that locker room, starting from guys that have been here for a long time, like Boone Jenner and Zach Wierenski, and Gus Nyquist is one of the leaders that didn't play this year and will be back in the lineup next year again. And I'm not concerned about the leadership of the locker room at all. So we have a lot of character in our locker room.
Next, we'll go to Bailey Johnson. Go ahead, Bailey.
Hi, Jarmo. When you go into the day having 6 picks, did you expect to make all those selections in the slots that you had? It seemed like you were one of the only teams that didn't move up and down like a lot of teams did.
Yeah, we've done that a lot in the past when we didn't have all of our picks. We try to gain some more picks by moving back and getting some more picks as you go and make those moves. Now we had 9 picks, so we felt like we were in a good position to stay put and take the picks, and 9 picks is plenty. I'm sure we could have moved back, but there was always a player available that we wanted, so we didn't want to move back. Most of the time there was there was a couple left before we had to make our picks, so we could feel pretty confident that at least one of them is going to be there, and so we stayed put. Yeah, it's a great strategy to move back a little bit if you want to get some more picks. And if we had 5 picks going into the draft, we probably would have done that.
Take a couple more for Jarmo. We'll go back to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Porty.
Hey, Jarmo, you mentioned the big fellas you drafted late. Were you on the lookout for more size this year? I get the sense from teams across the league that they were maybe looking harder at larger players and maybe less obsessed with the skill and speed that's been the target for the last number of years.
Yeah, I think you always need a mixture of both. You can't win without skill. You can't win without grit and toughness. So you can see the ingredients of the top teams in the league. There's always a good mix of that, and I think we've always had big teams and teams with grit, and we've lost some of it with the moves we've made in the near past. So we're gonna make sure that we get some of that back, but we've also added some skill now. So we just got to make sure we got the right mix.
Thank you.
And next we'll go to Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I left my hand up. Sorry, Todd. Sorry, Jarmo.
No problem. And we'll finish Jarmo up with Brian Hedger. Go ahead, Hedge.
Nope.
Nope, you
Wait a
too.
minute. No, I got nailed too.
All
I was
right.
just bringing Jeff. All right.
All right, well, hang tight then. We'll finish up. Thanks, Jarmo. We'll bring Ville and Stefan up. First question will go to Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Jarmo was just talking about the possibility, the decision to maybe add a little bit more size, get some big guys late, maybe bring some energy that way. Something that maybe had been lacking in the last couple of years. Was that something that you guys were looking at as scouts over the last little bit, and something you guys were trying to point out, and something that you like that you were able to bring in this draft?
Well, yeah, for sure. Like Jarmo said, you want to add all different elements of the game, and there were some guys available late that really had, for example, Ben Boyd, who really had a physical dimension and some toughness, and Rishavi's the same way. He has some skill and good puck protection, and we got a lot of skill early in the draft, and we thought that this was a part of the game that these guys could fill, and so we were happy to add those guys.
Wanted to ask about Richard, a guy that has kind of come through, even though he's from Quebec, has come through a little bit of the American ranks. Talked to him earlier. Seems like he's a guy that's really excited to come in. Just your sense of what he brings to the table and what you saw in him.
Well, he's a smart defenseman. He has good skills. He handles the puck well, and he's a very good puck mover. He competes hard. Physically, he needs to get stronger, like a lot of the 17-year-olds we're going to draft. But we see a lot of potential in his sense, and he works and he competes. And so with time, he's going to college, and we have time for him to develop. And he's a player that we really liked all year. And in the 4th round, he was there, and we were pretty happy to have him.
Yeah, the last couple of drafts, it was 5 guys last year, 3 years the guy before. Not, so many times the scouts maybe don't get to see the fruits of their labors a little bit, but this year you come in with 9 picks and take 9 picks. I mean, just do you feel like it's a good chance to really bulk up kind of the depth of this organization? Do you feel like you in general feel pretty good about what you're able to accomplish with this whole thing?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, things don't always go like you plan, but it seemed like the last 2 days, the guys we had slotted in and we hoped would be there seem to be there. It doesn't always go like that. But we had a lot of picks, so that helps. And we were happy with the guys we got in the rounds we got them.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Bailey Johnson. Go ahead, Bailey.
Spozo was a player that a lot of rankings had going much higher than you guys were able to get him there in the 3rd. Were you surprised that he was available in that slot for you?
Yeah, I was surprised that he was there. He has been playing as an underage in U18 already last year. This year he was November, played for a Czech national team against the pros. and World Juniors, and he has been good player, and also has played in Czech Pro League. So I was surprised that he was there.
What do you like about him?
Pleasant surprise.
What do you like about him?
What do you like about
I like his two-way game. He takes charge in crucial moments of the game. He's not scared to play, and he's a good skater and a good puck mover.
Thanks.
Great. No more questions. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for all your hard work the last couple of days.